Hey y'all, thank you for joining. I know it's a busy week for you, and this is a weeknight, and you're joining to listen in about cybersecurity, AI, and data, all relevant topics in our lifetime. And it's been here and it's going to be here long after we're gone. But meanwhile, we have some responsibility to address these topics with non-techies, right? Say, for example, if you learn anything today, you can look that up on Google. You can search it on Perplexity, Claude, Chat, GPT, Gemini, so many tools. So if you heard a word today for the very first time or something technical that you are not aware of, you can research that topic and you can help, be it whoever it is, your grandkids, your grandmom, whoever it is that you have in your life, how to enable them with these information on technological revolutions that's happening in front of us. As you think about data safety, security, and privacy, see, data is what artificial intelligence runs on, and cybersecurity is protecting those data that artificial intelligence runs on. You have to really think of it through a personal lens rather than a corporate or business or workforce lens, right? Because in your personal world, you have lots of data, and this data is purposed, repurposed, utilized for many reasons, but you're not necessarily aware of that. So if you think about it from the personal lens of perspective, you have to protect your data somewhere, sometime, and also use artificial intelligence for your benefit using your data. And cybersecurity doesn't necessarily have to be a career, but just being aware of cybersecurity tools makes your data a little bit more safe, secure, and private. And having that knowledge, having that tool, and executing on that tool using artificial intelligence makes it hell of a lot easier than it was 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. Right? Because 20, 30 years ago, we had cybersecurity issues. We also had artificial intelligence. It's just that we weren't able to utilize both of these things for our personal lives. So today, you actually have an ability to use artificial intelligence to do better cybersecurity and better cybersecurity for our personal lives, for our family, for our community, for just our neighborhood, whatever the case is. It's literally becoming a tool of artificial intelligence to do better cybersecurity using the data and to protect those data. As you learn through artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and machine learning on today's event, uh, take notes, understand what are some of the terminologies that you're familiar with, take a mental note on that. Terminology that you're not familiar with or heard about it for the first time, write it down, right? Use ChatGPT, take notes on ChatGPT, and have ChatGPT explain those things to you as you go through the briefing. Many of these technological terminologies are repurposed and relabeled for the purposes of ease of understanding for certain industry and certain types of users. So if you don't understand it, don't worry about it, right? Think about it from the perspective of you have to label it for yourself. It's just that everybody else uses a different terminology to describe the terminologies that you're very familiar with. So, say for example, when we talk about a device, that's your iPhone, endpoint device. That's still your iPhone, right? All the devices that you have around you is considered endpoint devices. So endpoint devices is not a terminology that you have to really worry about, but it's when you hear some terminologies like EDR, XDR, they're describing an endpoint solutions that is based on cybersecurity. Now, also, these cybersecurity tools have artificial intelligence built into them. So when they're delivered, these endpoint devices, however they're delivered with security, this security comes with artificial intelligence built inside of them. And then your ability to understand how this artificial intelligence works means that you're much more cybersecurity aware, right? So these terminologies and labels, as confusing they might be, over time you really get to see it, how it's used on your daily life, and how you can personalize this knowledge for yourself, for your community, for your whoever it is, grandkids, grandma, your sister, your daughter, whoever it is you have in your life. You are able to help them understand these topics through the lens of safety, security, and privacy. I hope that you enjoyed this discussion and conversation. I'm looking forward to answering any of your questions that you have. This is a great, great conversation to get started on today. But if you've been in this journey for a while, think of it that way. If in this journey, who else can benefit from what it is that you have learned in this journey? And let's get together and help as many people as possible so that way we all can have this conversation without confusing each other. Thank you so much and have a good day.